Hey guys, welcome back to The Great Print. I'm Amanda.
I'm Sadie.
I'm Rick.
Your boy O.
And today we are going to be talking about whether or not it's okay for you to shit where you eat. And just for some
I just ate a pile of shit.
I want to clarify that when this topic was first presented to the group, I was under the impression that it was like littering where you live.
Stupid girl.
Whatever.
No, but we're kind of talking about fucking your coworker.
Well, that's
Yeah.
I think that's
So-
exactly what it entails. Just kind of like messing around or having,
Fucking your coworker.
yeah.
But you really shouldn't litter
Okay.
where you live.
So let's jump right to it.
You really shouldn't live where you
All
live.
right.
You shouldn't live where you litter.
You shouldn't live where you live.
Listen,
Take a couple away.
Is that a dig at me?
I gotta say, so it's no secret that I'm in the culinary world and in food and beverage industry, and I gotta be honest, and it's not
Likewise.
exclusive to just that industry, but
Yeah.
it's very prevalent to that industry
The food and
in which
the food service industry?
Culinary, right.
yes,
Hmm?
yes, the
Was that a difficult question for you?
Well-
You seem perplexed.
I thought I answered that. But yes.
Okay.
It is not exclusive to that industry, but it's most certainly prevalent within that industry in like, and I think predominantly it wraps around the hours that you're working, right? So let's take me for example, right? Even when I was young, an up and coming chef and like coming up through garde manger and prep and even dishwashing, you're working long hours. Let's say on average 16 hours a day. Most people don't know what the fuck that looks like.
It's true.
Okay. So in you doing that,
Love that you said
like
that.
there's a lot of aspects of your life that start to like dwindle,
Yeah.
especially as you're a teen. as
Missing out on
you're
a lot of fun.
A young adult. I mean, your friends are out, your friends are partying, your friends are doing things, your friends are doing regular teenage young shit. I got a lot of those texts. Yo, Rick, we're gonna be a fucking Don Cookie, we're gonna be a fucking Lower East Side. We're gonna
Remember
I
Don
ain't gonna
Cookie days?
catch up with y'all until like 2.
2 a.m.
Yeah.
Like, and
But you're specifically speaking like
my industry.
but
yes.
your experience.
My experience, yes.
Yeah. And how old
Yes.
were you like during this time?
I mean, I started at 15, so let's say
When you were
16,
out at Don
17
Cookie.
Oh, 16, 17.
No, I remember. Like, you
Yeah.
are such a good friend that, like, I think for one of my birthdays.
I'm a good friend.
Don't push it. No, one of my birthdays, like, you showed up right after work. And, like, I forgot you were even there. Like, I was drunk out of my mind. You had to tell me that you were there. I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah,
Thank
were
you for
fucked
coming.
up.
You probably lied. He probably wasn't there.
You were fucked
No,
up.
he was, because I saw pictures.
I was there.
Like,
You know I was there.
Yeah.
Don't even start with
And
that
then on
nonsense.
top of that, and my
Gotta
baby
take-
shower, you came with your chef coat.
my
Like,
chef-
literally right off
You
of
know how
work.
many fucking events I'm in my chef coat?
I know.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah, out here looking like Beetlejuice.
But,
Take that shit off.
I've
nigga.
showed up to funerals in chef coats. Like,
So-
I
They're
kid
thinking
you
you're
not.
catering.
Like,
So that was like your first experience with what, like messing around at work?
well, if I could get there. So with that being said, like, I feel like this is one of those industries where, like it's common. You see it because you're essentially living there, right?
Yeah.
And the people you're working with are almost family. They're more family than your actual family.
I disagree.
Well, I'm just in my experience, right? Because you're working 16 hours a day minimum, and
You spend a lot of majority of your time
True.
with them.
I'm
Yeah.
seeing you people way more than I'm seeing
actual
anyone in my
family,
inner
right.
circles.
Right.
You
Yes.
are my inner circle.
Right.
So it just naturally kind of becomes a situation in which,
Mm-hmm.
like, because you're spending so much time with these people and they're seeing how hard you work and the skill set that you possess and the personality that you have,
Mm-hmm.
and so on and so forth, like you create such an intimate relationship with people that you didn't maybe particularly intend to. Like,
Right.
and
that's
so
true.
when that happens, you'll find yourself in a predicament in which, like, it's 2 a.m. and what am I doing? Oh, Amanda, are you off your shift finally?
No, I'm not. I'm going home
No,
after.
whether you're off your shift or not, you trying to get your shit bust upside?
No, I'm going home after.
Yeah, you're lying. I'm taking off.
My train's about to leave. I gotta go.
Yo.
No, but also aside, it becomes that situation which, like, you know, hey, we're living here. You know what I mean? And I gotta be back in work in like about 6 hours.
Right.
Favor for favor? Potentially.
SNF.
You know?
Um,
I mean, as you know,
SFN.
outrageous as it might sound, this is the reality of situations like that when you're working those ridiculous fucking kind of hours. Where you find the time to go ahead and you know, have proper dialogue with a, you know, stranger or someone that you find you don't, because I have to be up and working a little bit.
That's
so
crazy. I feel like that was the exact point that I was trying to get to a little while ago. As far as when it comes to when you're working in not just specifically your industry, but like any industry. It's
Any?
Yeah.
Any?
Yeah.
No, humor me for a moment.
I'll humor you.
Yeah. Any industry really where a person is logging in those long hours, that becomes your dating pool. That those are the people you spend the majority of your time with. And more than just the time that you're spending, those are the people that are sharing those same. If you're actually in an industry because you're interested in that industry, if this is your career, not just a 9 to 5 that you're clocking in and out of, like if this is your industry and you are sharing that same interest with your coworkers, that is your dating pool. Like you will find yourself having things in common with these people. And so, yeah, I get that it's shitting where you eat, but at the same time, this, not for nothing, but like work seems like a pretty good place to find someone that you might have a lot in common with, especially if it's like a career. It's not this job that we're all clocking in for just because we're trying to make ends meet.
Right.
Like if this is your career and you have a passion for this, and so do I, like there's no reason why we're not going to connect
I agree.
On some level that may lead to us chilling in the boiler room. Sorry.
Well, I think essentially what you're alluding to, whether it is a career path or not, if you're spending long hours there and you're trying to make ends meet, essentially, unofficially kind of becomes a career. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like you're spending so much hours there. So those things become a gateway. Those hours become a gateway for something to happen because you have that window of going to sleep, getting back up in the next 4 to 6 hours to do the same thing again. You know what I'm saying? And realistically speaking, your off days, whether it be 1 or 2, you know what I'm saying? You're spending those sleeping majority of the time.
And
You know what I'm saying?
sometimes
So
those
you
are
can't
the
really
people
get
that
out there to do fun shit.
those are the
You know
people
what
that
I
are
mean?
greeting you first thing in the morning. Those are the people that are saying goodnight to you. Like
I
you
think-
get used to it.
No, what I was saying is I think we're being dishonest if we don't go ahead and I think some people have a better, what's the way to say this?
Experience.
A better shot than others, right?
How you gauge that?
So in an industry like mine, right, in culinary, I will say oftentimes if you're in a more powerful position, a more assertive position, a more like so once you start climbing,
You being the executive chef.
in my experience, once you start climbing up the ranks within the kitchen, right, and like you're that motherfucker, right?
Uh-huh.
Whether it's the sous chef, whether it's the executive chef, well, like there becomes a greater interest. And the interest becomes because it is kind of power related, and also not just power related. They've seen the absorbent amount of stress that you've had to take on within the day,
Right.
and there's an attractiveness that comes with that. You know, it's like, wow. Yeah, I mean, I just saw
Like you
him-
know how to handle yourself.
I don't see it that
he
way,
knows
but
how to.
I hear what you're saying.
Well, I'm speaking from my experience.
From your experience,
And
okay.
I definitely and
Like what could be attractive in that setting?
what is attractive in that setting? Yeah, I've boiled this down to a fucking T.
Science.
Yes, in which like yes, the more that's on your plate, the more stressed you are, the more of a quote unquote dickhead that you are. You know what I mean? Because the stress is starting to accumulate, and those positions of quote unquote power and responsibility and whatnot, they become more of a appetizer, or they become more appealing, if you will.
What's the word? I can't say it.
Aphrodisiac?
I don't know
Aphrodisiac?
if that would quite.
That's not it. That's
Yeah,
not
it is.
That's not
You
it.
said it right.
Aphrodisiac, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Aphrodisiac.
Yeah.
But is that what?
That's a word that you're searching for, but I don't
It's
know.
not.
if
It
I
doesn't
would
apply.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, it becomes more, I would say, appealing.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's not the word that fits. what
Right?
you're saying.
Yeah, it
That's
becomes-
way out of
I was
context.
wrong. My bad. My
Yeah,
bad.
okay.
it's
But you said it
more-
right.
Thank you.
You
Thank
know,
you. I tried.
It becomes more of an appealing kind of position for those who want to maybe venture
Climb
that
the ladder.
way. Not only climb that, I mean, yes, maybe climb that ladder, because yeah, maybe I'll put in a good word for you if you know what you do. But like, that's not the way it should work. That's not the way it should work.
It's like
Listen,
your skills.
Come on,
have-
can we cut the bullshit?
Yeah.
So your coworkers are hitting on you.
I mean, yeah, that's definitely been
What you're alluding
Whoa.
to is the fact that your coworkers or
They
you're
like
getting,
the way
Well,
that you
once you
handle
get
the
to that
stress.
point, it's more-
let me get to it. You're getting a steady clientele of people that are suitors because your position and what that brings, and the stress and the workload of which
yeah.
comes with that.
The way that you handle yourself, the way that you
Right.
delegate,
Right.
the way that you're
Right.
assertive.
I'm
Right.
completely left field on that. I don't think that's what would lead to shitting where you sleep or shitting where you eat.
Yeah, can I just add to that before you continue? Just because that's an attractive quality in anyone.
Yeah.
Like if I'm dating someone, it doesn't matter if we work together, but if I'm dating someone and I have, I don't know, visited you at your job and you clearly display these qualities, like
But you-
you're gonna get it
but you-
tonight.
but you-
Yes. I'll be like, oh my God, you
But-
call the shots
but
here?
Yes, Captain.
But you
Yes.
probably did it. And to actually see it in
I don't
live action
agree.
is something differently.
I mean, but
entirely.
not for nothing, what you're describing is like assertiveness.
Yeah.
And that's sexy.
It's sexy as fuck.
It's sexy.
Yeah.
Yes.
I feel
Let
like,
me see you put these people in there.
And you know what's funny about this
Yeah.
conversation? I was just talking to somebody about this, about the whole like I've dated women in the past that've tried the whole like yes chef, yes chef, yes chef, like, because we all if
That's hot.
Yeah.
you worked a smidgen in culinary or just in the food industry, you know that yes chef is a thing.
Yeah.
That is how you respond to your chef.
I
You know what
always
mean?
think of what's his name? Gordon Ramsay. It's like, you're an idiot sandwich.
I'm an idiot sandwich. Yes, chef. I'm an idiot. Yes.
I think
Yeah.
of that movie with Bradley Cooper,
Which one?
Burnt, with the Michelin star.
Oh, yeah.
He's so sexy, like
Yes.
so sexy. I've been telling you for so long to
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
watch
I
this
know,
movie.
and I think-
Not
Watch
even
this
going,
movie.
going
It's
to
good.
your yes chef thing. The other day when you and I had went to his job and we just got all the perks by saying, "Oh, I'm here for Chef Rick." Yo, you would have thought I was somebody. Like the red carpet fucking came out. I'm like, all right, thank you.
Yeah, it was nice. It was
Yeah.
nice.
But I'm sure it was. I'm sure it was.
It was
Thank
nice.
you.
I liked it. I felt
so
like it was
nice.
right
I'm so
up to
happy
par
that
with
you
how
with
cooked.
the children.
how I should be treated.
I
It
think,
wasn't for them.
I think what could set you up to fall into that trap or that rabbit hole, if you will, is the time spent, the familiarity that's being taking place, the comfort, you feel me, that's being unpacked, if you will, or just you be the. It goes back to the hours you're working, right?
Yeah.
And just spending majority of your days there. You feel me?
Right.
Of course, in between downtimes where it's not busy or peak hours, you're chopping up with someone. You know what I'm saying? You're getting to know them a little bit more, getting a little bit more interpersonal with them. You feel me? You're breaking down boundaries, if you will, right? And
Yeah.
then
Yeah, in some
arises
cases,
some
for sure.
interest. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I don't look at it as a position thing because I've been in spaces in that industry, which I'm very much in myself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah, yeah.
saying? Where I don't wear the same hat you do. You know what I'm saying? A chef. I've worked in front of the house, back of the house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
And I found myself in positions where it's like, all right, okay, so what do you do out here? What do you do on your downtime? What do you do in leisure time? Da, da, da. Now, I've never took it, you know what I'm saying, like to a place where it's like, yo, the conversation leads to many different avenues. And it's like, all right, yo, maybe we should hook up. Maybe we should, you know what I mean? Like, maybe we should step out one of these days. But those are avenues where that can happen.
Wait, I'm sorry. You said you haven't been in that situation?
No, I haven't. I mean,
Okay.
I've always tried to, because I've always tried to keep my line of demarcation.
Well, so you're just professional?
I would
No,
respond.
I mean, yeah, because there's things that we're not talking about that happens here. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's funny because
Go off.
every year they do these sexual harassment trainings, right?
Yeah.
And you know, there's a reason for these things, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
didn't
One
like
thing
the quotation marks.
because they know these things happen. They
Sexual
know these things
harassment.
happen in the house.
I would go as far as to believe
Is that a
that.
suggestion?
I would go as far as to believing that the reason he put that up is because like it's almost like an oxymoron to
It
do
comes
something
to the
like that
territory,
when
bro.
it comes to the food industry.
It comes to the territory.
The food industry, it's
You know
like
what I'm saying? Like,
it's sexually.
if anything, you should see
super
healthcare.
sexual.
bro,
like,
you should
your
see
chef be
healthcare.
cussing you
If-
out,
to be
calling
honest,
you
and
out
I-
of your name.
Oh, no, it's
You're
not
getting
super
sexually
sexual.
harassed in so
oh.
many different ways.
I've said this all the time, and I mean it on God.
Like,
If you haven't been sexually harassed working the food industry,
come on, bro.
nobody likes you.
Talk about it. Talk
Nah.
about
But
it.
not
because
even that.
we're not-
Nobody likes you.
we're
No,
not-
no, exactly that. No one likes you. If you're a grown ass man,
You're not the apple of no one's
and you
eye.
haven't had
True.
and you haven't had the
You're
Mexican,
not favorable.
You're
and you
not.
haven't had the
Damn.
Mexican guy that's scribbing
That
pots.
sucks. I'm having
tell you,
flashbacks.
No one speaks to him.
hey,
Right?
wait, if he hasn't told you, hey, wait, nice school away.
No
one
loops
likes
him in
you,
the
bro.
conversation.
No one likes
loops
you.
him in. You know what I'm saying?
No
So
one
these
likes
But you know
things
what
happen.
it is? Something about I hate the way that you're putting it right now.
Well,
honestly,
I'm putting it
About
the real
like,
way.
no one likes you, and you should feel ashamed if you've never been sexually harassed.
I'm not
Like-
saying you
He's
should
not
feel
saying
ashamed.
that.
I'm
This
just.
is why I put the quotations around
I'm
it,
giving
bro.
the realness
I was
to it.
giving
I'm
you
giving.
shit.
I'm
Nah,
giving
I
the
figured.
realness.
I figured.
No one likes you or let's be technical. No one likes you or feels comfortable enough around you to be
to harass you.
Yes, essentially, yeah.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. You see, yo, you see so much in the kitchen. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
You get
No,
by the end of your shift, you're questioning, is my chef mook or not?
I'm
Right.
He's
familiar.
making certain sus jokes.
It's the
I'm
move
familiar
for me.
with the food service
Like,
industry
but-
and how it can get a little harassy.
Yeah.
Um,
Especially if you're a bartender.
and it's not
I
you're not
don't-
gonna get that from everybody in the kitchen. Like I honestly want to say like a good 85% of that kitchen, they're honorable. Like it's fine.
They're
like,
honorable.
That's a large percentage.
He said they're honorable.
Yeah,
Honorable in what
like
way?
they're not harassing you. I don't think that everyone's fucking harassing you, but I do think there is some truth
I
to
don't
what
wanna-
Ricky's saying because I've
I
experienced
would
it.
hope so.
I don't want to get off on the
Ricky's
sexual.
left
I said 85%. There's some
I hear
still
what you're
left
saying,
on the
Amanda.
table.
I
Like,
will- I
I
Yeah.
don't want to. I don't want to get off on the whole sexual harassment avenue.
I
of
also
that.
don't want to get
I'm-
stuck on the kitchen, restaurant, culinary aspect of
But
it.
that's what I'm saying. Like healthcare, you
But-
should
but-
see how
but-
it is.
But we're using that as an avenue in the sense of where we worked.
yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Now, Sadie's more of a, office
I'm in the
guy.
Porn star,
healthcare.
yeah.
Right, but you're in the office, right? You're in an office, are you?
No, I'm in healthcare. Not in the office, but like in a clinic.
But you're around an office setting, no?
I'm administrative.
In an office. Anyways, like we're not put this damn cup down. We're not tapping into it, bro. We're not tapping into it.
So then let me shit.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So I think
That'll
in
make sense.
healthcare, you see that a lot more. Like I know people that have met at the job, got married. Like it worked out for them. Cool. Beautiful.
yeah.
And
Once again, another career with long hours. You
Exactly.
putting a lot-
exactly.
exactly, long hours, especially with the pandemic,
Yeah.
a lot of shit popped off.
Yeah.
Like I be
Where,
lying.
where else are you meeting people?
I'm
Exactly.
sorry, but we're all trying to make an excuse as to why it's okay. Can we talk about when it's not?
When
It's
they're
man.
ugly.
It happens. This is why I say like the possibility of it. It happens because you're in that Charlotte's Web.
What is the negative side to that?
The negative sides of it is it intertwines with business versus pleasure.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
And it's like you're
You
thinking,
can't-
is this gonna
You can't compartmentalize the two because some people just
is
that's
this
a
gonna
skill.
affect the promotion?
It's gonna affect your work ethic. You know what I'm saying?
That's where your
Okay.
mind
Let's
runs.
say-
No,
let's-
but like literally
I can see
speaking.
that
We're
because
not talking about it, bro.
and I feel like I've been there where like I was messing with someone that I worked with in the food service industry, and
She's not talking about me. Just to be clear.
And we were just preoccupied with each other. And like in our defense, like we were young, and in our defense, like it wasn't like career, like we weren't like focusing on our careers. We were just making ends meet.
That's usually where it always happens.
And
Young,
yeah,
dumb,
like we're
full
like
of
this
cum.
was just okay. I wouldn't.
Oh my God.
I wouldn't exactly put it that way.
Full of cum. I
usually
love
where it
that
happens.
expression.
I'm sure you do.
You invented that expression. Nobody
No,
else
I
but
did.
you says that.
I was
I
in the
did.
forefront.
You got it from me. I did.
But
As
yeah,
you were.
I feel like
Bullshit.
we weren't really concerned with like our 10-year plans. We were just happy that we met each other, and it was just like, oh my God, we were so meant to be.
Well-
it wasn't like we're shitting where we eat,
But-
and this is gonna affect.
Because you didn't look at it like that.
But not
No,
even
we
that.
You
weren't.
weren't
We
serious
weren't.
about
We
where you
weren't.
were.
We weren't. Yeah.
But not even that. I'll go as far as saying the guy I'm with, I met through my job.
Whore.
you guys work in different departments.
Exactly, so it doesn't count.
That
Thank
doesn't
you.
count. That doesn't count. You guys are not affecting each other's jobs.
Exactly, thank you.
No,
Or
you're
are
fine.
you?
Yo,
No, we're not.
That parking lot looks awfully steamy.
Yo,
You
we're
shut
just-
the fuck up. Just
we're just
because
gonna-
you live.
You called
2
me
blocks
today
away.
after your
I
shift,
call you.
sounding real
Oh
breathy.
my God, I don't feel like we're unpacking.
She's like, I'm off the
what
clock.
it is that goes on. In
Go
these
ahead.
settings.
Then go ahead, bro. You
I
do
feel like we kiki keying. We're not really unpacking what it is
What
that
do you
goes on in
mean?
these settings.
Let me just tell you, like, okay, so let me unpack on that. The guy that I'm with, I met at my job, but like weirdly enough, we have been in the same settings at different points of our lives. And it's weird because it's like we even went to the same elementary school together.
Mhm.
And it's like, how did we not meet until now?
Aw.
Which is like weird because it's like,
Oh, it took for you guys to shit where you eat.
yeah, to be together.
It's like full circle,
All right.
guys.
Yeah.
But
no,
like-
but it's like, you know, you come back happier from your lunch break.
I mean, but there's been all right. Let's skip the ugly sides of it. There's been plenty of instances in which, so I'm not gonna lie. There's been plenty of instances in my life in which I have quote unquote shit where I ate, right? Because especially like I was alluding to before, as you're climbing up the ranks and you're a chef and you're young and you're a
Yeah, but what if
good-looking
shit goes
chef
wrong?
and you
Now
take-
things are awkward.
for you maybe, hun,
Not me.
not
Well,
for me.
no, never for you because you don't give a fuck
But
about
that's what I'm
anything.
saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, if it's awkward for you, you're just, and I don't mean this in a fucked up way. You're
Yeah.
just a waitress.
Right.
A lot of waitresses, they're not anticipating for that to be their career. You know what I mean? For me, I'm deep in the culinary world.
Yeah, you're chefing
This-
it up.
I'm in here. You know what
Yeah.
I mean, so like, I could go ahead and pursue you know what I mean?
Whatever.
If you're uncomfortable, that's on you. And
Right.
but I'm focused on what I'm doing.
I mean,
I'm trying
Yeah,
to
because you're in a
progress.
different end
Uncomfortable
game.
how?
Well, because like maybe now you see me flirting with the bartender, and that's a little
Right.
too much for you to take.
And
Right.
but that's my point in
And-
terms of how that messes up your work ethic, because now it's taken away from your focus on why you're there in the first place.
It's taking away from your focus?
If you so
From their focus,
If-
From theirs. Okay.
if you so
Because
allow
she's so caught up. It's funny. This actually happened to Ramsey as to why he pursued his career the way it happened. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Yes,
I
he
didn't know
was-
that.
How you
I didn't
know
know
that?
that
How you
either.
know that?
I
How you know
read
that?
shit, bro.
How you-
Come
oh,
on, you
now
know
he
that.
reads.
Oh, he's a reader.
Now you read.
He's a
Wow.
stop.
Anyways,
What
yes,
book is
that actually
this?
happened to Ramsey.
No, I believe
So,
that you read.
Yeah, like, and he moved out. He moved out in London, and when he moved out in London, he kind of, I forgot who this big name guy was, started working for him, then eventually started doing his own thing. You know what I'm saying? But he was banging his, the business owner's wife. You know what I'm saying? And
Yo.
these it comes with the territory.
Y'all want to
Y'all
take
not
it to a
hearing
real place?
It comes with the territory. You know what I'm saying?
So my first job, I started God, it would be some shit if she saw this episode. I started fucking my executive chef's niece. Yeah,
I remember that.
I did.
Yeah.
That's not a good move.
Talk
It
about
was
it, bro.
for him.
Talk about it.
So I'm gonna be honest. Listen,
give him a little
one thing I
tea.
want you to know, I don't come in here with no bullshit. I don't come in here with no bullshit. You're messy for remembering that.
I know, right?
I want to
She's
know.
messy for remembering it, not you for bringing it up.
No.
She's messy for remembering it, not you for
Like,
bringing it up.
I'm the wrong one.
So listen.
You're really a narcissist, bro. You're really a
listen.
narcissist.
Here's the thing.
Go
Here's
ahead.
the thing. All right. That was a bold motherfucking move. I was lit. I knew who the fuck she was. I didn't care. She was fine.
I didn't care.
That sounds hot.
She was fine. And honestly, there was more incentive too because she was the niece's, the boss's niece.
But that's why it's
So
the
that
whole forbidden.
incentivized you?
Yeah, the
It-
forbidden fruit. Yes.
I was a 17, 18-year-old kid
Right.
just climbing up in the culinary world.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely incentivized me. You know what I mean?
So what was the incentive to lose your job?
the incentive was she's fucking fire. And and I knew that the boss had a soft spot for me already. So I wasn't really scared of losing my job. But I definitely thought that she was a good look. And so I was lit and I got to a point where like, I don't give a fuck, I'm only a roll of the dice. And
Right.
I never thought that me doing that would cost me my job. And it turns out I was right.
Oh shit!
And
You
Really?
lost your job because of
No.
that.
And so
Damn.
Oh, you didn't.
You
you
lucked
know,
out.
And so, we did that, and then we came the next morning. I remember he came into I was working a snack bar. I was a young kid. I was working a snack bar. I was fucking making wraps and pizzas and shit like that. And he comes in and he goes, "You!" Points at me. "You come over here." Oh my god, I'm fucking fucked. I'm fucked.
Can I just say the fact that like you worked at the snack bar and you would think I was an honorary member at this beach club.
Yeah.
I was there more than the actual members because of it.
Yep.
I was living my best
She
life.
was my plus one. She was my
Yes.
plus one.
Wow, you was there for the snacks?
And,
No, for the tanning and the bullshit.
yeah, let's not get into that. But anyways, yeah, came up, the whole thing. Da-da-da. You gotta be fucking kidding me, my niece. Da-da.
So he found
Wait.
out. He found out.
Oh, he knew. Yeah, the executive chef found
Yeah.
out that I was out all night with his niece because the parents were scared shitless.
Oh my
She never
God.
made it home. And,
Why
like,
didn't you take her home?
Because I was too busy fucking her.
You should have taken her home.
Oh, I did afterwards.
Damn, that's
Okay.
messy.
But it was real messy.
That's messy.
It was messy, but like, bottom line is that you start feeling yourself when you're fucking in
Right.
a position like that. And
Like nobody could touch me.
no, I'm untouchable.
Yeah.
I'm fucking untouchable. You know what I mean? And even bigger than that. Originally, back to my point, is like, I'm not meeting people outside of here. I'm spending. I
Right.
mean, how often did you see me at those times? You didn't see me that often. If you saw
Rarely.
me,
Like,
you
you did,
saw
like-
me at my job
Right.
because when you saw me, I was in a chef coat.
And you saw me
And
tanning.
I would sleep practically in a chef coat.
Right.
And that was my life. It's like, I mean,
So you felt like there was nothing wrong with you doing that?
no, I mean, at the time, yes. Looking back, like, put it this way. As a 29-year-old man, right, I move a lot differently. Predominantly because I'm in a higher level of management now. And, like,
Got a lot more lose.
a lot more
Right.
to lose. It's a different era, by the way.
More responsibility.
Back then, there was no such thing as Me Too and all this fucking
Mm-hmm.
So
crap.
you
This
for
is
sure,
that,
like-
could
this is the lane I want to
potentially
go
get you
down to
caught
the
up.
conversation.
These things
Right.
matter.
Absolutely.
Okay? These things matter.
Right.
So you have to be a little bit more cognizant of how you're moving and
Right.
and who
Can't
you're
just be out here
moving
loosey
with.
goosey.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Right.
So just me wanting to get my dick wet isn't enough to like me wanting to get my dick wet could cost me my career,
Right.
my pay. You know what I mean?
Do you still feel that way?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I've had instances within the year in which there have been employees of mine that have tried,
Do you
And-
guys? I'm sorry.
Yeah, you get caught up in that Charlotte's
And
Web, as I was alluding to.
exactly.
Right.
If I was in a
Yes.
place where I felt like, oh, I'm all powerful, I'm the
Because now
Yeah,
your rep
Well, I
takes a
think
hit.
that's. I mean, I don't mean to. I'm not trying to make you feel awkward at all, but I think that's where like the
good
whole.
luck.
I think that's where the whole like sexual
that, bro.
harassment aspect of it comes in. Is like if you're a person in a position of power and you're messing around
That's
with
where they
people
try to, that's where
who
they try
are.
to spin it. Yeah. But
I
there-
mean-
but it takes two to tango. No?
I mean, not necessarily. I mean,
angles.
I can understand where you can spin that. I can understand that.
yeah.
But there is still a very real side to it where it's like you're
where there are people of power that do go
yeah,
ahead
like
and
if
take
you're in
advantage
a
of that
position
power
of authority
Yeah.
and you are making sexual advances to
on
someone,
someone that you know.
no, but I was just gonna say it's just to a person that, and you don't know whether or not that person like feels like they can or cannot say yes or no to you or whatever. Like you're setting yourself up. You're setting
Well,
yourself up because you are the authority figure.
Well, you have more to
You
lose
are
than
the
that.
authority
Right.
figure.
Yeah, hovering
You
the
have
lines
more to lose
because
than someone
he was initially his initial stance was, you know, the sex appeal that comes off with
Right.
With the
having these responsibilities.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
being
saying?
assertive,
I'm more
being
of
the
like
boss.
I've seen those like those higher up hierarchies within the culinary.
That's how
where it's
I've
like,
seen it.
Where it's like, yo, because I have this, you don't do what I say. You feel me? I could, if not fire you, give you a bad
Right.
rep. You feel me?
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Just kind
And
of
then it's
ruin,
the
just kind of ruin your
casual
image. You know what I'm
touch on
saying?
the
So you better fall in
shoulder.
line.
Or like
What's
raising-
going on?
You
Yeah.
better fall in line. You know what I'm saying? And
We're gonna be busy
eventually
tonight.
I can manipulate that situation, you know what I'm saying, to getting my way in here.
Absolutely.
Because I call the shots.
But
Yeah.
can we establish
Yeah.
that even
Yeah.
in
It's
the fact that
gross.
we've all worked in like
Food
the
service?
yeah, exactly. We've all worked in food service.
In
There's
adult
different
industry.
yeah, there's different levels because I've been a waitress. I've been a bartender mostly. There's different calibers and different respects as to what roles you play.
Okay.
You
So-
want to get into that? Because I could get into that.
No, absolutely. Because I feel like when I've bartended, I've gotten hit on by everyone.
You're also a
Versus-
therapist as a bartender.
Exactly.
So
but
they're throwing
versus,
conversation at you left and right.
exactly. But
And
versus like someone, like if I was waitressing and I'm just like clearing a table and setting the next thing is just very quick, simple conversation versus as bartending, people hit on you.
You're propped. You're set.
I'm
You're
very proud.
locked and loaded.
Exactly.
I'll
So
go-
Okay.
like there's different levels of like your bar back,
Yes, Sadie.
waitress, bartender. Like there's different levels, different respects,
But this
different
is
ways
what-
that people approach
Hey,
you
but
depending on your role.
This is what I was getting into as far as like, and I didn't want it to make into like, I didn't want to hone in the whole culinary aspect of things, but I guess it does a
It's
good
where
job
you're
as far
at.
as
You gotta tell
Yeah.
me
it,
where
it
you're
does a
at.
good job as far as like kind of differentiating ranks and
Right.
power. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. That's
And
what
so,
I'm
like,
alluding to.
When I was a dishwasher, I mean, yeah, I was a good looking kid. I was, doing my, but like, and
But nobody looks at you like that versus looking at you as an executive
this-
chef.
Because
put it like
the
this.
lesser, the
I was
lower
still
you are.
getting, I was still getting attention,
Right.
but the
The lower
higher-
you are on the ladder, it's the less you can lose.
and
Right.
you
But
could
like- You know what I'm
be,
saying?
and
Go ahead.
I was gonna say you could be. I've seen ugly fucks, I'm talking ugly fucks, who go ahead and just because they're in the position that they're at, they have more leeway.
Yes.
You know what I
Right.
mean, they have more leeway
Absolutely.
and they have
More.
more attraction. There is something about a 23-year-old waitress that sees 25 or 23-year-old, especially the younger you are, because it's all the
Right.
more impressive. Holy shit, how'd you get there?
Right.
Like
Oh yeah.
that brings a level of attraction to you in which like, yes, it's
And also the connections that you bring.
the connections that you bring and the power that comes along. It is a
Right.
very, and like I said, I'm just honing it, and this is not the only industry that works this way. I've seen others that work
Oh,
similar to this
healthcare
way,
completely.
but I mean, and it's, there's science behind this, that women tend to steer towards power, towards,
Masculinity.
masculinity,
Right.
towards strength.
Have you ever felt like that was backfiring on you though?
backfiring on me? I'm gonna need you to elaborate on that.
Like, although despite the fact that you have all of these qualities, you're assertive and you know how to control the room and demand order and all of those great things that
Yeah.
come with being an alpha male. Yeah, I feel like, yes, there's something to be said about you being able to control the room.
Yes.
You know? But my question was, have you ever experienced like the downside of that? Like, just I'm seriously asking, like, have you guys in your experience ever dealt with something like that? Where or
I have.
Sadie,
I have.
not just the guys, but
No, I
yeah.
have. I feel like because, well, in a different way, not because of like who I was dealing with in the industry I was with. Because my parents in itself, they're on a higher rank in healthcare.
Okay.
That people think that I just have it easy. That like, let's say I get a promotion or I get a position so quickly, they're like, oh, it's because she's the daughter of this, this, and that. It's like, no, motherfucker.
I had to show my tits.
No. Like I actually have the credentials and everything it takes for that position. So it's like you kind of get a bad rep depending on.
It's not like you're where you are
I feel
because
like-
of someone else.
Yeah, exactly.
Like on someone else's.
Like people
What's
think
the
you
word?
got to where you are because of someone else.
Yeah.
Not because you're actually qualified and you know what the fuck you're doing. And it's just like, I'm sorry. Everyone in my family seems to know what the fuck they're doing. Handle
Like,
that.
excuse me for coming from
Let me just try to
people that know what they're doing.
clarify something real quick. You're asking a question in the sense that
I was.
I'm asking if you're asking a question in the sense that like, you know, shitting where you sleep or shitting where you eat. You know what I'm saying? Like the negative effects
side of
right?
it. Yeah.
I follow you. So for me, I haven't been there, but I've seen with my two eyes where it can lead. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So that being, if it's being demotion, being, you know, losing your job.
Really?
I've seen
Do
cases
you
on the
not
job.
find that to be a form of sexual harassment?
Yes,
though?
it is. But I'm saying
It
I've,
is.
I've seen
Okay.
cases. I've seen cases like cops come in and they're doing an investigation.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, all right, this is what happened here. That's what led to that.
That's crazy.
Who did what? What are the names? Who are the faces? Like it gets that
Wow.
deep.
'Cause you
know what I'm
can't-
saying? Now,
wait.
is it worth your integrity? Is it worth your position at the job?
Well, aside
losing
from,
all those things.
aside from like police and stuff, like I don't want to. I want to keep it light. I
I'm
want to
giving you
keep it
far
light. I
extremes.
want to keep it light.
I'm giving you extremes.
No, of course. I'm just thinking
I'll give you
like
some that aren't extremes by saying what he said. I mean, I'll tell you in my own experience, there have been times in which, it has backlash as far as like your position, where you're at, and whatnot, because you become more of a target.
That's true.
You become more of a target, and so maybe you are more desirable, but because of that, you do become more of a target. And I didn't learn that until the tender age of 21.
Your reputation
Yeah.
takes a hit.
hold on. I think I just had an
Absolutely.
epiphany.
Go ahead.
What's up?
Go with your epiphany, because I'm about to go into some shit. Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
about to
No,
go
but
to
I was just
Tiffany's.
thinking like, okay, I'm just thinking. I'm really trying to put myself in like that girl's position, right?
That
like
stupid little girl.
that stupid little girl. Yeah.
Just ready to
Stupid.
bust it wide open. Fuck me, chef.
So dumb.
Yeah.
You guys need a moment. So dumb. You know, like little me. No, but seriously.
Fucking dead.
So stupid.
So crazy.
Just hear me out. Like, in theory, just hear me out. Like, there's this chef. There's this really good-looking chef, and you know, you're out here like sleeping with the hostess. And then it's not doing it for you anymore. And then you're sleeping with the bartender and it's not doing it for you anymore. And then you go sleeping with the waitress and, you know, whatever. It's working out. But for some reason now, these three females can't work together.
It
Right.
messes up the chemistry.
It's you're fucking with the culture of this establishment.
Right.
And
Right.
all because why? Because you are the one person that's focusing on your career, that all of these women are expendable to you.
I feel like
It's
there's
not-
only
it's not
one
that-
person here
it's-
who's fitting to answer this fucking question.
it's
No,
not that.
wait, no, I'm not asking a question. I'm just painting a picture for you.
Well, you did.
You did a very
I mean,
good
it
job.
might have been
I'm not gonna hold you.
hypothetical, or it might have been a rhetorical question.
It's just
It-
this is
I feel like you're
shitting
coming from a
where
place of,
you
like, it's
eat.
not fair.
That's shitting where you
In
eat.
life-
I'm not when I not for nothing, but when I describe the situation and I was in the food service industry,
Yes.
I had a boyfriend. I met someone and that was my boyfriend. You know, like
Right.
What was he doing?
we were both servers.
Servers.
Yeah, I started out as a hostess. He started out as a bar back,
She wouldn't
and
hire.
then we what?
Yo, you're not even allowing me, bro.
What?
She went higher.
Should've
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, he started out as bar back. I started out as a hostess. Like we both served, and it just like we were wrapped up in each other, bullshit. None of us was
Intertwined.
making,
Wait, but-
yeah, like we weren't making a career out of it. So, you know, no harm, no foul. We weren't messing around with other people. Like it was just us.
Right.
Like no one else was around. But in the situation where you're describing, where it's like you started messing around with one girl and then that didn't work out. And it's like, all right, but you should know we're just cool. Like it's nothing serious. And now you're messing around with the bartender because your job is your dating pool. That is shitting where you eat.
Wait, but what about-
let me get in real
That's
quick.
shitting where
What
you
if-
eat.
What
Can
if
I-
I told you?
wanna
What if I
try.
told you, right? Let's say it's you, for example, because you already put yourself out there as an example, right?
Yeah,
And you're
go
dealing
ahead.
with this boyfriend of yours on the job.
Okay.
What if I told you the right chef with the right cachet could swoop you out of his hands, and he could be gone in a second?
That depends on the person you're talking about.
That's true.
Person,
for real.
who's the person? The
It's
chef
not-
or the chef or the or
No,
the
the
boyfriend?
girl.
The
Or
girl.
the guy.
Like if she's
Yo,
committed
you
to
don't
her boyfriend.
you don't understand the politics that goes on in there. It's
No,
You
but
got-
you
you
know,
know,
you can be right in that sense.
free will
But-
plays a role.
Absolutely.
Yes, Amanda, but there is power. There's a
But
there's
that's
a
but that's when you take into play like, is this do you like the chef?
Right.
Like,
Well, you
Whether-
probably
wait, but
do.
what about when you're
or
getting,
no, sorry, but I've worked in enough food service industries where like I've never liked a chef that I worked with
You
No.
didn't work-
ever.
you didn't
But
work
wait,
for
but
me.
what about when you're getting obvious
I'm
favoritism?
sorry, I just understood what this conversation was about for him.
Oh, God.
He's like, you've never worked for me.
I mean,
Sorry.
listen, I'm my guy got the cachet wherever he works.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I've seen it, I've heard the stories and whatever. But I've also witnessed on my own chefs with that kind of cachet. And he pulls shit to him.
What you-
But that's what I'm saying.
you
What
get
about the
what you- and
favoritism?
I don't mean it in an animalistic type of way, but you get what you want.
It sucks,
You
but
get
it's,
what
it's,
you want.
It's life in a paradigm, yo.
No,
Like,
but
it's-
I'm
it's
talking
really-
about the other end. What if you're the one that's favored? Like, let's say I've been in a position where I've gone into a job and automatically I'm not saying promoted, but like I have initially applied as like a hostess or a waitress.
What were you doing?
None of your damn business. No, no, but I'm saying just in general because you hold a certain appeal or look
Yeah.
that they were like, no, you shouldn't be a waitress or hostess. You should be a bartender.
We know what you should do. No.
Exactly.
You're
That's
not
a thing.
crazy. That's a
Right.
fucking thing.
Yeah.
That's a thing. Like
Yes.
there's
Yeah,
a
it is.
certain image.
I have spoken on this before.
Yeah,
There's a
They
certain
have-
image for a certain job. Like
tell you-
I've
But
gone
there's-
in for like a
there's an actual
hostess, and
fact
they're
for
like,
that.
no, you
So
should be
weird,
bartender.
'cause that
There's
really
there's an
fucking
actual
happens.
fact for
Yes.
that.
I've had a couple of instances.
And then people
Where?
hate you because you're at kind of the top of
Why?
the food chain.
Yo.
No, you're at the top of the food chain
Can we
where
just let it be
I'm
known?
making people's schedules and kind of picking.
As a bartender?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I had it
if
like
she,
that.
If she's like the head bartender,
Well,
Right.
she could kind of have that kind. There's so
No,
many
I never
dynamics.
did that.
it depends on the location. You know what I mean?
That too, the
but-
job, the
Yeah,
environment, the
But,
politics in there.
But I will
All
say,
that stuff factors
there's
in.
been a couple of instances in which I had a couple of really bad looking dishwash girls. Like where you typically you would
That's
not
horrible.
expect that they're washing dishes. You know what I mean? They were perfectly content. That's what they wanted to do.
Yeah.
But the pressure came along from management and whatnot because you do realize you have a fucking beautiful girl in your hands. And you know where they would really kind of excel. On the forefronts where you could show
From the
off
front of
their
the house.
face.
Yeah.
So
But you
let's
get
go ahead.
backlash for
Let's
that.
Let's try to push them as a hostess. Let's try
Yeah.
to push them as a bartender. Let's try to go ahead and exemplify their assets.
We
Right.
definitely
And-
tackled this in another
We
episode.
did.
For sure. But
Right.
I guess it never really kind of goes
No, but you get so much backlash being that person that, like, let's say you didn't even ask, like,
The
oh,
pretty
hey-
privilege.
Exactly, the pretty privilege. Now you
Oh, that
get
was a
your
long time ago.
coworkers.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
get your coworkers that look at you like, oh, she just started. Like, how did she get there? What did she do? Like,
she sucked wild dick.
Oh
No,
my
not even.
god, a girl tried to fight me over that.
it's crazy.
Yeah,
I'm
getting
just like,
bumped up from like a hostess to a
Right.
server.
right.
They don't hear
Like,
themselves.
what's
bro.
your problem? What's your
I heard
problem?
you. I just ignored that shit. Shut the fuck up.
I missed it. I missed it.
No, you.
Oh
don't
my
worry about
god, that is horrible.
No,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's like the backlash you get and the weird vibes where it's like, okay, because this person thought I was more qualified than you, now you're mad at me.
Yeah.
Look at yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Maybe
mean,
be inspired.
but I will
Take
say,
notes.
saying all this, okay. My theory has changed over the years. Like I used to be I definitely used to be guilty of shitting where I eat because I was pulling in 90-hour weeks. That's not relatable for a server, for a busman. You're not pulling those type of hours. They're not there for you.
Right.
But when you were in the position that I was in, like you were
always like a prep chef.
a prep chef, whatever the fuck. If you're in the kitchen and the kitchen demands of you, and especially once you start making yourself valuable in that kitchen, you're pulling in long hours, and there's been plenty of 95, 105 hours a week where it's like
even with bartending too, because it's like if you can push out a certain amount of drinks and the way
but
you
like
are with clientele,
it's almost hard to like you can't reach those type of hours at like bartending or serving because like your time is like service time.
Yeah, exactly.
In the kitchen, your time is before
Prep
service
and-
time.
yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean,
Prep,
you need to be there early in the
service,
morning
and then
to do-
after.
Yeah.
So-
But the point that I'm making is that like, yes, I've definitely been on the aspect of where I'm quote unquote shitting where I eat because this is the only place to eat.
Yeah.
I live here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I live here.
Yep.
Yeah.
So like, judge me all you want, but
I need
like,
to take a shit.
I need a fucking I gotta fucking eat. I gotta fucking eat. And where else is there to eat?
and I got a shit.
Other than
all while saying
Right.
it doesn't make it okay, but it's likely to happen here because this is where I spend majority of my time.
I don't.
And it
see-
goes back to your initial point in terms of the hours worked.
in a situation
my point.
like the one that I'm describing. I don't know if it makes it okay or not okay. Like I said, I'm working all these hours. Who's to say it's not okay for me to quote unquote shit where I eat? I don't have a life outside of this place.
Right.
I hear your defense.
This is where it's all happening.
I hear your defense.
For me.
Assuming
That
you
was
have a
my
good
point.
team,
You know what I
though,
mean?
You know what
I
I'm saying?
heard you.
It
Thank
makes
you.
now,
sense.
now where I would differentiate that
Salmon
is
skin roll.
if I'm working 40 hours a week and I still decide to quote unquote shit where I eat, I'm just making the conscious decision to shit where I eat because it's easier for me as opposed to like me actually having the option when I'm working 95 to 105 hours a week. I don't have that option. I'm quote unquote shitting where I eat because this is the only
Because
place I
it's
do
what's
eat.
available.
Right.
This is my
I understand.
only
This is
availability.
where you are.
What
Yeah.
you're saying.
You know what I mean? But like when you're doing 40 hours a week and you're shitting where you eat, you have ample amount of opportunity to go ahead and
I
shit
still don't think
elsewhere,
it makes
bro.
It right, but
Like-
I hear
So
what
in
you're saying.
conclusion,
Like you're
I
just
just see the likelihood of
that's-
it happening
that's
because of all those hours.
both sides of it. It's
Yeah.
like you're either shitting where you eat because these are the people you share actual interests with,
Right.
Yeah.
or you're shitting where you eat because
You just see
It's
it's easy,
convenient.
it's convenient.
It's
Yeah,
convenient.
it's comfortable.
These are
Yeah.
the people that you have to spend
Yeah.
the majority of
Yeah.
your
For
time
sure.
with.
Yeah.
If you're able to conceal it, fuck it. Why not?
What?
Yup.
Like, not
And
spill
give it
beans.
some time
Yeah.
and the
I hear what you're saying.
toxicity will come out.
Yeah,
Just give it a little time.
No,
She's
but like
not
I'm
But if
saying,
you
no,
could
no,
keep-
but I'm saying, like I've seen people that met at the job, dated, whatever, got married, you know, had the rest of their
But
lives
if you
together.
can keep
In
it
short-
under
but
wraps.
hold on.
Absolutely.
But hold on. In short though, and I'm gonna close. Yeah. In
I
short
tried.
though, I feel like to close off of her point, it's like that's where it gets messy when it gets out the bag.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it happens everywhere. We talk about the NBA, we talk about sports, we talk about happens everywhere.
This is
You know
where
what I'm
you-
saying?
this is where your
Needless to say,
livelihood is
It gets
happening.
ugly when it gets out the bag. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's my stance
Well,
on it, man.
You know, what they say, too many hands in the pot spoil the sauce.
That's a fact.
That
I never heard that.
You know?
That's a fact. Something along those lines.
I feel like you know what you're talking about.
But
I'm just not gonna argue with you.
yeah, that's gonna be it for
Good.
us, guys.
No, but seriously, don't litter where you live.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that.
all right.
Yeah.
While
save
you're on
the
that
earth.
note, just wrap it up for us.
But on that note, thanks for tuning in, guys. You can catch us on
Oh, Linktree.
Spotify and
Apple.
Instagram and YouTube. And
Apple Meals
if
Day.
this is too hard for you, just check out our link tree.
Love that. Love that.
Yeah.
You're coming
Our
along
OnlyFans.
smoothly.
Yeah.
You're coming along
Or
smoothly. I love
Ricky's
that.
OnlyFans.
The Grey Prince OnlyFans coming to you to a
Grey
place
Prince-
near
no.
you soon.
Only the Grey Print.
Only Ricky.
Wow.
No, but thanks for tuning in, guys.
All right, we'll
Love
catch
y'all,
you next
man.
week.
We'll see you next week,
Thanks
guys.
for tuning in.
Later.
Bye.